Hey, Gems. Tonight, my title is I Know You Lying. We got a lot to discuss that's serious. This is true tea, gossip, but I'm gonna tell you a little bit of gossip before we start to get into what I'm saying. Listen, we're gonna get into a lot. Baby Black Militia is rising. A little bit about Nolan Wells, the new tariffs. I'm gonna be talking about Barron. You know, the the presidente, something that's concerning him, why he can't sleep, why we ain't gonna be able to sleep. We're gonna talk about eating at Texas Roadhouse. It is a lot of stuff we're gonna talk about tonight, but tonight I want to say hello, Gwen Davis. Hey, Renee. I haven't forgot about you. That is on my list for in the morning. Sean, Tanya, thank you for being in here. Please, any content creator to come through, please drop their link. Did you drop Mimi's? Okay. Hey, Mimi, Monica to you. Monica, what's going on in New York, girl? Hey, this is something that we all need to be in here to hear. But let me give y'all some gossip. Real Housewives Kim Zolciak and Mr. Beardman. Woo! Their son is getting ready to pick up a very big charge. But of course, Kim's saying it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It has to do with SA. Their 15-year-old son is accused of SAN sodomy. I can't say the word. He is accused and they are charging him as an adult. Fulton County Jail, he not going to be able to hang with that. Let me let y'all hear this for yourself. This is according to the news in y'all. I had to go down there and check my modem. Oh my goodness. Maybe because I meant to mention the first son. I don't know, but something happened. I went down in that garage and checked my modem. Y'all hit my like button. Hit my like button, please. Listen, I need y'all to hear this and hear it loud and clear. Kim Zolciak, I know you fucking.
This is what was said. Reality TV family is in the spotlight tonight in connection to a teenager's arrest. The 14-year-old is accused of committing serious sex crimes inside a local gym. New tonight, his attorney is giving insight into his defense. Channel 2's Courtney Francisco is live at Lifetime Fitness on Morris Road in Alpharetta. Courtney, that's what police say this happened. This is the police report that says a girl told officers it happened here near that pool area, and I spoke to customers out here about it tonight. Outside the Lifetime Fitness in Alpharetta Friday, customers were just finding out the teen rape accusations they've read about online are connected to their gym. I was honestly shocked. Alpharetta police started investigating the case in April when a girl showed up at the hospital for help. Officers said she told them a teen at Lifetime on Morris Road sexually assaulted her in a family changing room near the pool. All families do come here. On Monday, nearly 4 months later, officers arrested Croy Bierman Jr. The case grabbed attention after police charged the 14-year-old as an adult with aggravated sexual battery and aggravated sodomy. Then his connection to the reality TV world surfaced. His mom, former Real Housewife of Atlanta Kim Zolciak, came downstairs but did not answer the door for comment. His dad, former NFL player Croy Bierman, did not answer either. The teen's attorney, Jason Sheffield, sent a statement that said, "My client is 100% innocent. Passed a polygraph. Detectives found no male DNA." He accused the girl of lying about assault before, writing, "Sadly, these false allegations are a desperate cry for attention and are motivated by my client's past rejection of the alleged victim's unwanted advances." Customers out here tonight said they feel safe about security. Lifetime has not responded to requests for comment. Bierman's next court date is September 8th. Reporting live in Alpharetta, Courtney Francisco, WSB Tonight. I know you'll be following the...
I know you. What is Kim? Oh my goodness. Her baby, her first child from Croy, is in jail charged as an adult for this allegation. And I'm going to say it's an allegation because they did an investigation and they didn't find any of his DNA nowhere on this girl. He said that he didn't want to be, want no part of her, and this is what she did as revenge. He took a polygraph. He passed that he has never touched her. He has no bail. No, you fucking lie. Kim better call Big Papa. Or is he still here? Baby. Hey, Gloria. Hey, Gail. Hey, Booski. Sweet and sour baked ribs. Oh, people talk about what they cooked. Listen. Kim better use that billionaire money for the best legal defense ever. And if this girl is lying, my question is, should she go to jail? Because if it comes up that this boy ain't did none of this, is justice gonna be served? Now, let me tell you one of the stories that I want to talk about tonight, baby, because we talk about some serious stuff tonight. I want to tell y'all about Texas Roadhouse. Did y'all hear that story about Texas Roadhouse? Where they said that the people was spitting in the black folks' meals. I said, I know you. I know you got to be lying. But baby, they saying if you go to the restaurant that they are spitting in your food. Hold on, let me get that story for you. And I'm telling you, out there in Atlanta, it's a lot of stuff going on. Look, we got to get to all the gossip. Hold on, let me get this. I'm telling you, ever since my Instagram, I have been seeing double, triple Instagram. Like, what is going on? Hold on. One more time. Let me try to get it. I don't know what's going on with my stuff today. There you go. There you go right there. I want y'all to know that we are being hunted. In case you didn't know, I want to put that little bit in that we are definitely being hunted. Several of the clear people have made it clear that we are being hunted. And I want to tell you that it's all a plan. Listen to this.
Black people are being lynched in America. It's happening all over the South. And when law enforcement shows up and finds another black body hanging from a tree, they say, oh, it was a suicide. It's not suicide. It's white supremacists murdering black people. More specifically, it's white people murdering black people. In a Hollywood movie, you might hope to see the FBI show up, blanket the area with agents, track down the white supremacists, and bring justice to these murdered people. But Kash Patel, his FBI doesn't give a damn. And Donald Trump's Department of Justice? Well, not only do they not give a damn, they approve of it. So I just have one question for white people. How much longer are you going to let your silence about this make it continue? How much longer are you going to let this monstrosity in the White House murder innocent people, murder immigrants, murder citizens, murder black people, murder little girls in schools in Iran?
We are being lynched. We're being hunted. And I'm going to tell you, but don't lose sight of that. Because look, I want y'all to see this for yourself. Let me tell you what's happening in Mississippi right now. Mississippi is rallying up. The Black Hebrews, Israelites are rallying up. They are training people because they tired. They training the brothers, getting them off the streets. That's not the only state doing this. They are gathering men together to fight for our rights. So it says, Mississippi, you've been warned. Necessary show of force, we must protect our people. Baby, Mississippi is rising. See, 2 years ago, they had that old chair. But now, look at this. Line after line after line after line, they are assembling because guess what? They're listening to the who people say we are being hunted. Not only is Mississippi, let me show you. Let me show you. Now, hold on. I want to play this because I just can't play it because it's got the music. But, baby, they are coming together. Let me see. Let me see if this got music.
Militia group.
Here
They have a right to bear arms per the Constitution. The Proud Boys are walking around bearing arms, and so are these individuals. Look at them.
You got women and men.
As you see, the black people are preparing. They tired of this white supremacy. They tired of being denied reparations when the black people have earned them. They are tired of being murdered. They are tired of being hung. They are just tired of being tired. Trump brought out all the racists. And also the black people. I'm out of here.
Now listen. People getting ready. It will not be televised, Mimi. Finally, we see some unity. some black unity. Gary, Indiana, they ain't got no lights. But let me tell you also that there is a plan to take more lights in more places. Hold on. You see this? Active U.S. power outage hotspots. According to the live tracking data from Power Outage US, over 382,000 customers are currently without power nationwide. The states experiencing the highest volume of outage. Hold on, let me take this down so you can read it for yourself. Tennessee, 116,831 people are without power. California, 44,108. Nevada, 41,200. Is that 41,000? Indiana, 20. I am beginning to think they're knocking out my YouTube. It's my modem. I'll go out there, everything's the same, but this got to get out. But I'm going to play something very important, and I need you to listen clear before they knock my YouTube out one more time. I need y'all to listen to this loud and clear. And y'all hit my like button because I'm taking a risk. Hold on.
This is stuff that's happening around the world and in America, so I do advise y'all to listen up. Penn State frat boys and students arrested for cocaine trafficking. A white student at LSU was end up being seen walking around with a black baby doll tied to a rope. The Lindsay case and Carmelo case is two popular cases that's happening in America right now that is basically dividing the American people in my eyes. Wild animals, specifically horses, are being hunted by the government. They're being chased by helicopters like it's some cowboy movie. Indiana still doesn't have any power. They haven't had power since August 11th. And places like Gary doesn't even have power. They now have shock gloves in the schools that officers can use now. Nebraska school districts is...
I need y'all to hear this. In the schools now, public schools, they have gloves that shock the children. I know you fucking lying. You got helicopters chasing wild horses in North Carolina. You got frat boys at a popular college being busted. Keep listening.
asking that the police stop using them. The Hawk Fire in Nevada burned over 13,000 acres. 42,000 people are under formal evacuation orders. They're about to launch this new project, Matador in Texas, which is equivalent to 15 Disneylands. We target 17 gigabytes, 912 billion gallons of water per year. They are still having mass shootings that nobody's talking about. Black people are getting lynched around America, and yet the media, the government, and the police department is very quiet and is trying to silence the families that talk about it. For prime example, remember in 2024, a second grader ended up being lynched by his fourth grade white classmate, and the white classmate ended up saying, "I did this because I was trying to teach him what would happen to black people, or what happens to black people." Okay. Millions of Americans are legally banned from growing food in their own yard due to government.
They are banning Americans from growing food in their own yard. Pay attention. Like, we can look at these reality shows, but the real reality is that you wait till you hear about Black people financial standing in the United States according to the government. Hold on.
And HOA regulations. Google is about to release 32 million mosquitoes in Florida. They are just waiting for governmental approval. A 7.7 magnitude earthquake hit the Philippines in June, triggering a tsunami. Twin quakes with magnitudes over 7.0 struck Venezuela back-to-back the same month, killing thousands. In July, a 6.8 magnitude tremor rattled Japan, and a 7.3 hit off the coast of southern Mexico. Early this month, a 7.4 magnitude earthquake shocked Colombia, one of the largest they had in years, and a 7.7 displaced some 40,000 people in Indonesia. This week, a 4.9 quake led the evacuations of hundreds in Spain. There is a new cancer diagnosis due to 3 million acres of agriculture, which is being sprayed every year with pesticides known as glyphosate. There are droughts in almost every state. Hungary is shutting its nuclear power plant for the first time since it's been built because there is literally no water. The Danube River in Europe is drying up, exposing World War II shipwrecks that have been submerged in waters for years. American Southwest is also running out of water. It's currently at 1% capacity.
Hold on 1 second.
All right, guys, this is stuff that's happening around the world in America. So
King Von knew.
all right, guys, this is stuff.
Wait a minute. I'm going to tell you part 2 right now.
In San Juan, Puerto Rico, there is a restriction on water. They can only use water one day, and then they can't use water.
Listen, in San Juan, Puerto Rico, there is a shortage of water. Puerto Rico is all around water. But listen to this. They can use water for 1 day. And then 2 days they can't use water. Then they can use water again for 1 day. I need you to hear this thing.
In San Juan, Puerto Rico, there is a restriction on water. They can only use water 1 day, and then they can't use water for 2 days. All right, so they use water for a day, and then they got a 2-day break from using water. It's crazy, right? 3,400 deaths happened in a day due to the heat in India. All the eggs are getting recalled for salmonella, yet all the lab-made eggs are being approved. They are suing farmers for collecting seeds because saving seeds is now illegal.
They are suing farmers for collecting seeds to grow their own food. Listen again.
2-day break from using water. It's crazy, right? 3,400 deaths happened in a day due to the heat in India. All the eggs are getting recalled for salmonella, yet all the lab-made eggs are being approved. They are suing farmers for collecting seeds because saving seeds is now illegal. Trump just passed his beef bill. I do advise y'all to look that up. What else is going on? In Texas, there's a parasitic fly whose larva feeds on the living tissue of warm-blooded animals called New World screwworms. Because of this, will be a 17% increase in steak and a 19% increase in ground beef costs, forcing well-known barbecue establishments to close down. And last but not least, there's this debate between Dr. Oz versus Trump administration, which is talking about the MMR vaccines. Trump saying that it's lethal, while Dr. Oz is saying that it's not. Trump earlier this month suggested that the MMR vaccine should be given as 3 separate shots, but yet there was no evidence supporting his claim. He said that
And
that
he's
if
not a
it's not separate,
doctor.
that it could be lethal. But like I just mentioned before, there's no evidence to support his claim. Truth be told, I believe both of them motherfuckers is phony. You shouldn't believe not a goddamn word any one of them say. They both are evil, and Trump ain't no fucking doctor, so why is he making claims like that? But this is so far what's going on in the world. So
Y'all, they can control the weather. I'm going to let y'all hear where this young man is coming out, and he white, but he got black friends, and he loves black people. Listen to this.
There's a city in America that hasn't had power in over a week, and no mainstream media is reporting on it. Do you want to know why? Easy lesson. The lesson here, like everywhere else, is that everything is interconnected. Let me tell you a story. In the 1900s, the nation of Israel was established on behalf of the Rothschild family in exchange for America intervening in the Second World War. The nation of Israel is now a thing. This same family also happens to be one of the beneficiaries of the debt that the U.S. owes. That not enough for you yet? This family, among other families, also happen to have central banks that have run the entire world. Let's get back to Gary, Indiana, though. Among other things, these losers have these cool things that control the weather. I don't know exactly how they do it, but they can cause earthquakes, hurricanes, storms, whatever.
Around the
You
world.
saw, but during the Iran War, after Iran destroyed all of the U.S. bases in the Middle East and destroyed all of the U.S. weather towers in the Middle East, it started raining. Their drought ended. Okay, so the only way that Israel can continue doing what it's doing throughout the entire world is to subjugate America. Because it needs our tax dollars. It needs our economic infrastructure. The rest of the world fucking hates them because they're trash, right? Because Zionism is trash. But the thing is that in order to subjugate America, you need to make America scared. You need to make America powerless. You need to make the people of America convinced that voting doesn't matter. And there's a lot of strategies that you can use to do these things. One of them is seeing how we'll respond without power, without utilities, when our neighbors are getting kidnapped, when our neighbors are getting murdered by the federal government. But here's the thing, you can only subjugate divinity if divinity itself chooses to be subjugated. Yes, you are a divine being. The only way that these losers have a shot, and they don't because they're stupid, whack-ass, inbred pedophile losers, is if you and I choose to subjugate ourselves. Why hasn't Gary, Indiana had power in over a week? Because they're testing what we do when we don't have power for a week. And guess what? Gary, Indiana is 76% black people. They didn't go do it to a white rich town. They did it to a poor black town. Because they're testing, because they're losers. If you and I come together, if you and I realize that we're the same thing, having different experiences, and that we are all on the same team, except for literally a couple losers, it won't matter if we don't have utilities or power. We didn't have that for hundreds of thousands of years, and we're fine. Fuck the central banking families. Free America, free the planet. There's a city in America that hasn't had power in over...
Now let's talk about this. I agree with this young man. We cannot afford to divide ourselves, but we cannot afford to be infiltrated by the government. It's Project 2025. Read it, where they're going to take your utilities. They're going to see, can you live without water? They're going to see, can you live without food? They're saying that this lava fly is getting on the beef, and we need you to eat this beef from Argentina because our leader have already bought this beef from Argentina. They took a poor nation, the poorest, Argentina, and made a deal with them. And guess who gets a great big house with gold toilets our elected official. The FBI, they don't care about what's going on. But you got you have two weapons. One, black folk, you better wake up because we got God. That's the first thing, the most powerful weapon. The second thing is if you ain't bearing arms. Because, see, you know, back in the day when our great grandmamas was out working in them fields, they knew how to feed us. They ate what they didn't eat. We knew how to get our own. But, baby, to me, I'm not eating out no time soon. No time soon will I be at a restaurant and they're saying that what we like, hamburger going up, steaks going up 17%. Do you understand that they have been monitoring the Black community, that we have the worst financials in the whole entire world? You got to understand this is the plan, but we can't come together because you hate your fellow human being. Baby, Louisiana and Mississippi is setting an example. Like the folding chair was the first spark to show you you're going to have to protect your family. But what you need to do first to prepare, you need to get on your knees. You need to ask God to cover your family, give you the wisdom. You need to start storing beans. You need to get rice. You need to, look, I'm not talking about stuff you got to freeze, because without utilities, what happens? Everything you have frozen go bad. You need to learn how to survive in what's going on. Let me read this. I will eat moose before I eat horse meat from Argentina. Absolutely. Hey, by Grace. Hey, Dr. Lily King, Lily Young. Listen, growing up and it's fake food. See, we spoiled our kids too much, but now it's time to pay attention. There is a global shortage in beef. Globally, and there is nothing anyone could do about it, because you know what they're unleashing? In Texas, they got these flies that is attacking our cows. We need to get ready. Yes, I've been loading my shed, made a survival kit. But like I said, your first weapon is the Lord. And I'm not, hey, I ask for forgiveness. Listen, I ain't got time to be playing with them people on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I just want y'all to know that I get serious and I'm paying attention. I'm getting prepared and I'm paying attention. Stop using those credit cards. Stop it. Pay off your bills. Look at this. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. I want y'all to see this with your own eyes. According to the Federal Reserve Survey of Household Economics and Decision Making, Black adults reported the sharpest decline in financial well-being in 2025. Only 60% said they were doing okay or living comfortably, down nearly 5% points from the previous year, marking the lowest level recorded since 2015. I'm going to let y'all read it with me. The decline was even more noticeable among those who said they were living comfortably, which fell from 23% in 2024 or just 19% in 2025. There is a significant drop from 2023 when nearly 68% of Black adults reported being financially okay or living comfortably. These numbers paint a concerning picture of the financial position of Black households under you know who, particularly as the cost of living and economic pressures continue to shape people's day-to-day lives. Now, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you now, as somebody who watch numbers, play with numbers, pay attention to numbers. If it get too hard, those credit cards, your credit score don't mean nothing anyway, because the Federal Reserve is trying to take money from veterans, and they gonna rise. MAGA is mad because this man owes Americans $1,700 per family and Black, white, and indifferent. He doesn't want to pay what he owes. He doesn't want to pay the American citizens what he owes them. I want y'all to hear this MAGA coming out with his truth.
The back of the boat and got towed in. They just laid him on the back of the boat and got towed in part of the way. Then they got their boat running.
Oh, no, that's not it. That's about Nolan Wells. But baby, I just want to show y'all the picture of this. I don't want to even put it on my page. Oops. I'm not going to read it. But you better. I know you fucking lying. They want his head. They want him. Listen to this.
We've got major breaking news that the federal judge is now in. Well, Trumpers, we've got major breaking news that the federal judge is now in Washington has actually said that Donald Trump put all of his tariffs in place unlawfully, which he brung in $166 billion. He owes each family $1,700. And do you know what Donald Trump done today? He sent his lawyers back to court starting tomorrow to fight that he doesn't need to send that money to the American people. I'll put the clip of this in my story so you guys can go see it, that this is how sorry of a president, but not only that, how sorry of a human being that is, that he doesn't want to send these families $1,700 measly dollars, but he can spend $180 grand on whatever he wants to in basketball tickets. That was just like, if we go back, take a little ride down memory lane, the last stimulus that we got outside of Joe Biden, the last one that Trump signed, he didn't want to even sign it during COVID. They had to fly down to Mar-a-Lago for him to sign, because he didn't even want to sign to send out money to help the American people in 2020. So that bears the fruit. Right? The fruit don't fall far from the tree. But the fact that he doesn't want to pay the American people what we're owed is a sorry president. Well, Trumpers, we've got
First of all, I want y'all to hear the beginning of this video, just a snippet, because this boy was in MAGA, and he is sending out a message to the Trumpers. Here we go.
Well, Trumpers, we've got major breaking news that the federal. Well, Trumpers, we've got major breaking news that the. Well, Trumpers, we've got major breaking news that.
He is sending out a dog whistle to MAGA, letting them know, wait a minute. I know you're fucking lying. That he don't want to spend $1,700 on each family. He wants every American to suffer, whether you're black or white. But he said there's going to be some ignorant people that's not going to want to hear that. They just love Mr. Trump. They love Mr. Trump. They are saluting while their families are starving. They are saluting that they think they're just going to punish us melanated miracles. But that's, well. Get ready. Get ready. Get your mind up. Get your hearts up. Grab for your first weapon, the Lord. And then get your family together. Get your family together. It's time to be having these talks. If y'all can hear me, press 1, press 1. Because by grace said there is no sound. Press 1 if you can hear me. Hit the like button. Okay. I'm serious. See, everything around us has become a distraction. God bless Nolan Wells. God bless that young man in prison, Carmelo Anthony. They're distracting us with Blueface and Nivea. They're distracting us with Lil Durk. They're distracting us with other things while they're attacking us. Distractions. We can play around with the Real Housewives of wherever. Love and Marriage, Huntsville, but this is getting real. In real time, people are getting it together. And the South, black folks is hanging themselves. They want us to believe that black folks is hanging themselves. They want us to believe that people in Gary, Indiana cannot pay their light bills. They didn't attack the suburbs of Indiana. Oh, no. They went to where a population of 76% black folks. They have no electricity. They cannot heat their water. Their foods in their freezers and refrigerators have went bad. They're buying water at an elevated price. They can't take hot showers. They're trying to take away the Alaska dividend giver to anyone that lives in Alaska. The Alaskans ain't having it. Now, this is one time I know y'all say, girl, you be starting trouble on these YouTube pages. But I'm listening. My eyes is open. Because I ain't gonna lie, it's affecting me too. Baby, I'm looking at my water bill. Water bill is $617. I ain't used that much water. I'm looking at my electric bill. $1,194. Hold on. Hey, Lon.
Hey, Grandma.
What's up?
Hey, I'm on my way.
All right, babe. See you when you get here.
All right, see ya.
And then thank you, Bridget. They allowed to do things and not have no punishment. For example, thank you, Bridget. Thank you, Renee. Let me show you something that we really got to pay attention to. I don't know how to get these down. Hold on. Okay, I got it down. Hold on. black teen spent 4 days in jail. Female cop falsely accused him of, let's get on down to the story, an 18-year-old arrest is now at the center of federal lawsuit. According to the lawsuit, Dylan Brewer spent 4 days in jail after an Indianapolis, haven't we had problems out of them? Indianapolis police officer accused him of pointing a pum-pum at her during a traffic stop. Brewer alleges that body cam footage later contradicted the officer account, and prosecutors ultimately dismissed all charges after reviewing the video. Brewer is now suing. He is now suing the officer. Wait a minute, let me get back to it so you can read it with me. Brewer is now suing the officer and the city of Indianapolis, claiming his rights were violated through false allegation, wrongful prosecution, and damage to his reputation. The lawsuit contains allegations that have not been proven in court, and the defendants will have the opportunity to respond through their legal process. The case has sparked widespread debate. Some people say body cameras are essential because they can help confirm what really happened during police encounters. But guess what? They want those body cams gone. They want to walk in and do whatever they want to do, and their word and only their word will stand. Let me see. I feel those power outages should be mitigated by the professional sports team in those places to help their tickets buyers who are suffering. Sad thing is so many people voted for you know who because they thought he gave the stimulus when it was Obama's stimulus on the way out, as he should. Yep. He's going to sue them, but I can give you the results right now. The results is his civil rights have been taken away. Oh, let me tell y'all a little story. It was this officer who went into this man's home. He was black. And she murked him. Wrong house. Wrong house. And she thought she was going to walk back in the day because of the blue invisible line. But she got persecuted for it. But today, this female officer is still at work. She wasn't suspended. You can't see her face. She wasn't suspended at all. She's at work while this young man was held against his will. But let me tell you about the Lil Durk trial. Oh, prosecutors want Lil Durk. They done got members of his chain gang and came in and said that Durk paid money for this. Now, I don't know if y'all from the hood, but let me tell you something. When one of our brothers or sisters get locked up, when you come home, if you still got people that hold you down, you get a stack of money. So Lil Durk gave this guy $50K. But this guy got caught doing something else, and he said the $50K that Durk gave him was to do the unthinkable. So let me tell you what Lil Durk lawyers did today. Oh, they popped a big Willie. Hold on.
Had they opening statements, and I ain't think this is how it was gonna go down. His lawyers must have been watching New Jack City this weekend the way they blame Vonnie like Durk was Nino Brown. Durk lawyers just had opening statements, and I ain't think this is how it was gonna go down. His lawyers must have watched New Jack City Vonnie is supposed to be testifying against Dirk. Apparently, Dirk lawyer said that Vonnie had all the motive to make sure that he got get back for King Von. They said all the way up until the night that Von was basically unalive, and they said Vonnie was basically holding Von the whole time, drove the Hellcat to the hospital, and he said they said allegedly King Von said, "Why you let me pass away? Or why you let me get hit up?" At this point in time, they just pulled a switcheroo like no other. Huh, Dirk? Did you have a 38 special saying?
Am I my brother's keeper?
Listen, this is looking like deja vu, but hey, whatever way y'all see to get Dirk free, we did not see this coming, and I don't even think prosecution know what to do. Shoot, prosecution looking over at Vonnie like, damn, we didn't think about it like that. This thing getting mixy, and let me tell you something, Dirk is looking like he could see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. I'm gonna let y'all know if we get some updates. But they
Now, let me tell you, in case y'all don't know, Vonnie was another. I ain't talking about King Von. I'm talking about Vonnie. He was a younger boy. And Vonnie was a wild boy. And Vonnie was looking at 100 years. 100 years. Now, I'm going to show y'all Vonnie. Now, I keep up with this stuff because, you know what? It's another distraction. Why they doing something else? This is a distraction. But let me show y'all this.
So this headline and this tweet from Ross, I got to talk to Russ. This is not...
That's Vonnie, the light-skinned boy.
Just blame everything on Vonnie. What the fuck? Vonnie got picked up by cops, admitted to everything, admitted to getting the cars, arranging the flights, admitted to getting the guns, buying the ski masks, admitted to getting Sprinter vans and taking everybody around. And then he said, I did all of it while facing life in prison. I did all of it because Dirk Banks paid me to do it. And now Dirk Banks is in court saying, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. And to put out a headline that says, oh, Dirk just blamed everything on Vonnie, what the fuck? No. Putting that out, what the fuck? So this headline and this tweet from Ross, I got to talk to Ross.
Now, I'm going to tell you why this is very important. Because this young boy right here, Vonnie got picked up before Lil Durk went to jail. Vonnie admitted, y'all. Now, let me play it again. That he...
So this headline and this tweet from Ross, I got to talk to Ross. This is not a story. Dirk did not just blame everything on Vonnie. What the fuck? Vonnie got picked up by cops, admitted to everything, admitted to getting...
Let me tell you. Vonnie got picked up by cops and told them he did it. Vonnie gets up in court and says, no, I did all those things, but Dirk told me to do it. Dirk was like, I ain't tell you to do nothing. But before he got caught, Dirk's lawyers got the transcript from Vonnie's confession, and he never mentioned Lil Durk paid him squat. But Lil Durk's lawyer is saying, wait a minute. Now, this dude walked in there and told y'all what he did. And now y'all let him add that little piece that Dirk paid him.
This headline and this tweet from Ross, I got to talk to Ross. This is not a story. Dirk did not just blame everything on Vonnie. What the fuck? Vonnie got picked up by cops, admitted to everything, admitted to getting the cars, arranging the flights, admitted to getting the guns, buying the ski masks, admitted to getting Sprinter vans and taking everybody around. And then he said, I did all of it while facing life in prison. I did all of it because Dirk Banks paid me to do it. And now Dirk Banks is in court saying, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. And to put out a headline that says, oh, Dirk just blamed everything on Vonnie, what the fuck? No. Putting that out, what the fuck? So this headline.
Now, I'm going to tell you, this is an important case because y'all know Dirk don't live in LA. Dirk lives in Atlanta, but they got Dirk to come. Baby, I'm telling you right now, this is another distraction, but baby, it is breaking news. Listen to this.
They just laid him on the back of the boat.
Who?
And got towed in part of the way. Then they got their boat running, and they got on in.
But before you hear the rest of what he's alleging, look at what Nolan's mother just demanded from Cito. Nolan Wells' mother is demanding answers. And these new subpoenas go much deeper than just asking Cito for a phone call. 2 subpoenas have now been issued demanding original recordings, dispatch records, communications, information identifying who handled the calls, and even records that could show whether files were accessed, downloaded, modified, or deleted. And when you see exactly what Nolan's mother is demanding, you'll understand why these records could be extremely important. Listen to this.
And when they got in, they couldn't figure out where they were going to put him or what they were going to do. So
They said they told him on the back of the boat, and when they got in, they didn't know where they was going to put him. So they got towed in. And you don't forget, the young man who called in said, I'm a member of the club. Code for, wait a minute, let me call my grandfather. Let's get this together. Now, there is somebody in their camp. He wants Justin for Nolan Wells. Not because he's concerned about the little black boy that got killed on that island. He's concerned that the whole United States is flipping through their lives. Listen.
Dropped everybody off. Then they went back out to the island that the GPS doesn't show. But they did, because they disconnected it. Okay? And none of them had their phones with them when they went back. So there wasn't any trace of them going back.
Wait a damn minute. What did that man just say?
They came back, took the boat out of the water, then went over there at 3 a.m. and washed the boat, thinking washing the boat would get all the DNA and everything off the boat.
You heard and seen it first right here on Cherie's Take.
They just laid him on the back of the boat and got towed in.
They are getting down. They are getting down to the wire. You got to realize everybody's trying to cover for everybody but God. Let me tell you what God is doing. Those guys came up doing interviews. If you look at those guys now, they losing weight. Their guilt is whooping them. The Spirit of the Lord is whipping them. Because I want you to always remember this. If I ain't never said nothing correct. We, melanin, we're the code. We are kings and queens, no matter what your financial level is. You was born a king and queen. And we need to come together and do what we need to do for our families. We need to tell them. Let them see that people are getting snatched, that people are disappearing. We're not just fighting the white supremacy. We're fighting newfound pedos everywhere. You got law enforcement officers that have shedded their skin. But we got God, baby. We got God. He told you in his word he would not destroy this world by rain. He will destroy it by fire. And if you haven't heard anything tonight, baby, they can control the weather. They are ready to unleash all these mosquitoes in Florida. Get yourself together. Now that you're hearing it, don't say, oh, this is just like my grandmama used to say, Jesus coming back. Jesus ain't came back yet. Jesus ain't coming back. But see, in the Bible, it told you and me that God is going to come back like a thief in the night. Nobody knows when he's coming. But the Bible also told you there was going to be Antichrist. Talk to your children. You make sure that your children are safe going to the school. You let your children know to go there and act only when they got to act. We need to wake up because this is real. See, they've been testing stuff in other countries and now they bring it to us. Now, when did Trump become a chef? He wants us to eat the meat that some of those cows allegedly had. Cow brain. Bad cow brain. He wants us to eat it. Baby, if you need to lose a little bit of pounds, you better get away. Because I'm going to tell you what beef does. It crystallizes in your system. It takes 52 days to digest beef out of your system. Baby, ain't nothing wrong with eating some succotash and eating some rice and just vegetables, eating fruit. But now they're telling you, you can't have seeds. You can't grow in your garden if you got a HOA. But Marcella here to tell you, you better get a grow light. You better get you a grow light and put it in your garage. You better get you a grow light and put it in a room and put you some seeds in a bag, a grow bag. Big facts. God is angry. Tater needs his life to show what he's been doing through the case. May he get exactly what he deserves. Absolutely. Because we know, allegedly, that boy ain't innocent. But see, if he pay enough money, he could walk. I'm going to keep my eye on Kim Zolciak's son. Why? Because Kim and Kroy are dating a billionaire. See, they done switched partners, swapped out. Kim Zolciak is dating a billionaire. Kroy is dating that billionaire's wife. Now, Mr. Billman Jr. has billionaire step-parents. That's why I brought that case up. It wasn't the gossip of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I want to see what they do with this young man who's been accused of something heinous. They laying the groundwork. There was no DNA. This young girl, after it happened, went to the hospital. You mean to tell me she was able to keep going with the story if maybe the DNA wasn't buried? They've been investigating this for months. Months. And they decided to pick him up. Baby, you cannot arrest anybody without evidence. So now the Bierman attorney has come out to say no DNA. No Dana. No Dana was found on that girl. Now, how much is her people going to take from the Biermans and the billionaires? Are they willing to take a couple of million to say, I lied? Watch this case. Watch Dirk's case. Watch the Nolan Wells case. Watch the Carmelo Anthony case. Watch that white people, some of them, they about to stand with us. They about to stand up with us. They are saying, we don't like what's going on. Why? Because it is also affecting our money. It ain't just the black folks. It's us too. People are being falsely arrested. Let me tell you this. Let me let you hear one more Nolan Wells.
House, Evan, Morgan, Wyatt, Warren, all y'all ass going to jail for murder. Y'all thought y'all was gonna kill Nunu and ain't nobody was gonna find out about it? Let me break this shit down real short and sweet. They had a small altercation on Horn Island that was Wyatt and Nunu. Nolan got into it with Wyatt. It was a small altercation. They didn't kill him on Island. That's what I'm trying to say. But let's fast forward. They go to Evan's pool party. They invite Natalie and Lucy. They trying to get some punani. And y'all know how they go with a black man. A young black man, a young stallion. But man, the white people wasn't feeling that. So Wyatt brings up the argument from earlier because they're all intoxicated. Liquid Courage got this nigga on one. They begin to jump Nunu, beating the shit out of Nunu. And guess who recalled? Warren. They're laughing, egging on the situation, saying, get that nigga, get that nigga. My heart broke when I found out there was video surveillance of not only this brutal assault, but Nunu is heard screaming, mama, mama. To put the icing on the cake, Evan family then made everybody invited to the party leave, but eerily made Nunu stay. And if that's not enough proof, when Nolan's daddy went to go pick up his pickup truck from Evan's house, after he was reported missing from Horn Island, they told him they couldn't find the key, but the girl, the insider, the one that's giving us all the information, she told Nunu daddy the keys was on the Xbox. Y'all should have seen Warren's face. So the boy went to looking like, how the fuck did they know that? It was at that part they immediately lawyered up, and about 2 days later, Nolan was announced found. Because it happened at Evan's house, everybody thought they was gonna get away with the shit. We all stick to one story. He left, we don't know where he went. But you forgot something. You're tampering with evidence. You're obstructing a criminal investigation. On top of committing first-degree murder. Once they pull up these IP addresses, these phone records, these videos and photos, all y'all names going under the jail with the lethal injection. You heard it here first. Nolan was killed by Wyatt, Warren, Evan, and Morgan. Conspiracy to commit murder, accessory after the fact. Let's get these charges going, can we? House.
No. See, he broke it down in the hood way. No, we all know it's Nolan Wells. We all know that all these boys that was so arrogant, they gave interviews. And Nancy Grace was cracking skulls. She said, I'm not worrying about Miss Guthrie, who got kidnapped months ago. And y'all want us to stay on Miss Guthrie. And baby, she done came out of retirement. We've been fighting since Jesus left, and we will be fighting until he comes back. Amen. Antichrist. Big facts. 100, all my life I had to fight. And may he walk wearing anklets connected by a chain. Yes, baby. Yes. Yeah, baby. They mad. They want their vote back because they wasn't always on the black folk crack. See, they got the, what y'all call it, the okie doke put on them too, because they're suffering more than me and you. I just want y'all to know today, get on your knees tonight and pray that God will make a way for the kings and queens, the melanin, the chosen ones, which is us. It's all right to play. But see, as you get older, all toys must be put down. It's time for us to store. It's time for us to speak to our children. It's time for us to get our families prepared. The Cold War, it's going to be cold. Get you a little heater when the power goes out that you can put those canisters in. Me and Tim, tomorrow, we're going to be making sure that our canisters that we got, We're going to be making sure they're full in case the power go out, that we can put those canisters on those heaters and heat our home. We're going to make sure the one that we bought, we can put a pot up there and make hot water. We're going to make sure that we have water in here. And what we're going to do is call our family here to stay here for safety because, baby, together, we are able to conquer anything. But the first weapon in your house got to be God. That's the first weapon. And you know how Grandma used to say, baby, repent your sins. Ask God to forgive you. Ask God to give you wisdom. Because sooner or later, money ain't going to mean nothing. They want to keep you from that. Nancy Grace came back. And she's on those rich children's cracks. And they don't know. Nancy Grace ain't whack. I'm letting y'all know to get prepared. Be prepared. They're warning us. They're telling us we need to be mindful. And the militia in Louisiana is standing. The militia in Mississippi is walking. They gathering up their training. They saying if they can train, we can train. You understand what I'm saying? So don't get lost in the sauce with these reality shows. Take what I said serious tonight. Because it's real. Indiana still don't have no lights. Data centers are going up and it's burning down the electrical grid. Watch your backs out there. I want to know if anybody want to come up and talk. Because, baby, I think that they've been trying to cut me down off the YouTube with this. And I just want to share some good tea. I done put the link down there. Anybody want to come up? Hit that link. But I'm not playing. I know the fucking lie. If they think that we're going to keep letting them get away with this, they are overthrowing the government. This guy was told to give reparations and $1,700 to each family member. He is sending his lawyers back in the courts tomorrow to fight the Supreme Government. If they know like I know, the Supreme Government better vote to give these Americans something, or some of these Americans going to show up to their houses. Not me. I'm stay over here in my house. I want y'all all, please, please, please share this video. This is no games. Share this video. Let people know that something is coming. But before God get back here, before Jesus come back on this earth, protect yourself. If you got to stop paying those credit cards, stop. The Beacon scores are messed up all over the world. Start getting what you need. I love you all. Thank you for viewing this. Even though I got turned off twice, I want y'all to share this video, hype it up, because, baby, I'm going to be coming back in the middle of mess. I'm going to be sending messages. Because that's the way you got to hide it on these streets. Y'all go over there and visit Camera Rail. She be talking about Nolan Wells. Y'all go over there and visit Tay Talk. Look, Queen Sheba is even on the ground. Danat is on the ground with the Lil Durk case. You got people on the bloggers on the ground. They ain't got time to keep on going back and forth with this Martell, Ariane stuff. They picking up information and dropping it down for the troops on the ground. that's willing to share their page and tell people what is really going on. I'm serious. There's some troops. Today live was information. Miss Renee, I promise you, tomorrow that is on my agenda once I take Lundy Lou to school, because she's already started school. Today live was informative as usual. Thank you for being here and supporting this channel. Thank you. Great show, sis. Y'all go over there to Monica. Monica lives between the states. Well, I ain't going to tell y'all the state. And Alaska. She got her ears on the ground for us in Alaska. Y'all, please watch Dr. Lily Young. Dr. Lily Young is on it. Y'all, please watch. Please watch every blogger that can step away from the mess to send a message. Every last one, whether you like them or not. Don't entertain the noise. It's a distraction for the action coming against us. I will see y'all tomorrow if I got some more news. I know you